Hello and welcome, my 12 signs. This is going to be the daily general reading for tomorrow, November 13th, 2019. It's a collective sign reading. I'm calling it the Taurus full moon hangover because the full moon is the 12th. It was at 5:34 in the morning. It was foggy as everything, as pea soup. I was gonna film in the morning, and I was gonna film the moon and post it for you guys because it was so blue and bright in the days before, but it really was, I was too foggy. So I just had to sit out there and enjoy the moon for myself, which Spirit has a funny way of getting us to do things that we need to do for ourselves, even though we didn't have it planned. So what energies are we working with right now? So of course, we've come out of that 11-11 energy, and I just wanted to mention how important these days are. 11-11 and the number, of course, it's a twin flame number, and it's a it's that lovey-dovey wish number, but really what it is, it's again connecting with our ascendant masters, our highest guides, and that is all to become masters of our own lives. So in becoming masters of our own lives, it's really an individuation process. Right now, relationships are changing. The twin flame dynamic is the idea that people live these completely solo, amazing lives, and then come together but still retain themselves independently. And a lot of people who overly mix in their relationship, becoming codependent instead of interdependent, they're the ones who are really struggling with their relationships right now. So, but 11-11, it's a time of, totally coming into your consciousness and your own personal power. The date is Remembrance Day for soldiers and battles, soldiers lost, and all over the world. And that is because 11-11, 1918 is Armistice Day, which is the end of World War I. I did not know that actually until I was kind of Googling dates. And imagine how many people had to come into their own power in order to end the First World War. Even though it's a coming together and it's a collective energy eventually, what it really is it's individuals. If we all did what was right away, it would come together in a greater energy that can do something like end World War I. Also, November 9th, 1989, totally remember Mr. Gorbachev tear down that wall, and they did. Yes, the Berlin Wall did fall on November 9th, 1989. So we're 30 years in the making of that. It's that same collective energy coming towards that 11-11 energy. I'm going to talk about that more later because I want to talk about that full moon with this energy, because this is going to be a hangover, that full moon, because after we got all that 11-11 energy around us and access to our higher selves and our soul purpose and our soul plan, our soul contracts, which we do forget. So we have to try and remember our purposes, why we came here. We came here to do something, not expect those results. And so that's what the full moon is all about. Faith in the results, faith in ourselves to do what needs to be done, regardless of what should follow result-wise. And so that Taurus full moon, it came after a long time of Scorpio season, Mercury retrograde. It came after the Seven of Swords, Aquarius full moon that revealed all our enemies. And people who really didn't really have our best interest in mind. They weren't working for the highest good. And it's a hard realization to come into, especially when people really believe they're working for the highest good. I think that's the hardest thing, is that some people actually believe they're working for the highest good, and you lay out what they're doing, and if you really knew what I needed for my life, or the inspirations or the messages that I'm faithfully receiving to do what I need to do, that would not be that. You're pushing me, you're manipulating me, you're controlling me in certain directions. All of that is not for the highest good. So that's the difficulty. But this Taurus full moon, it is the very materialistic, very maternal, but also it's the Beaver full moon. And I thought it was hilarious because all I could think about was, be careful. It was your last chance to set beaver traps before the freeze. So, be careful where you set your beaver traps. Make sure you're setting your beaver traps for something you want to actually catch. And I really hate cuffing season because it's it's temporary. It's a stopgap, and that's fake to me. And I really don't believe in, I think it's a waste of time. I don't date randomly either. If I'm going to date or give you my energy and time, it's going to be more purposeful. So definitely live more purposefully. What else do I have in here for us? Yeah, this full moon energy is going to be with us for 2 weeks. Full moons are just intense and chaotic. And yes, I feel it. But because it's Taurus and it's very traditional, we might see some of that, a little bit more of a chivalrous energy. I wrote it down. I don't know, but I did have somebody come and get me a jump start on my car. I'm not gonna lie, that is like really special, because a lot of people do things for you and then they bitch about it for like the whole time or whatever. And sometimes it's because it makes themselves feel better, but it surely doesn't make you feel better. And I didn't have to deal with that this time. I'm just going to pull cards for this energy, this full moon hangover. Make sure you set those beaver traps where you really want them. There is catch and release. You don't have to keep every beaver you trap. I think I might, I just monetized. Let's not get any strikes. All right. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling, with unconditional love and gratitude. And this is always the perfect time for me to say thank you so much for all your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your tips and donations, booking personal readings. It's been just a joy. And please continue to do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It definitely does help the channel. Finally, I'm just going to pull some cards and see what Spirit needs us to know for our current season. We're not dropping beaver traps for cuffing season, right? What does Spirit need us to know for this Taurus full moon? Oh, that's a lot of cards, but let's go for it. It's not really that many. Let me not flip them over. Okay. For the Taurus full moon, I have the King of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. I know what this is. You could have an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your energy, but King of Wands in reverse. It's basically, I'm still reading from my car, sorry team, but it's just so conveniently and quiet. But this is the King of Wands in reverse, which is a guy with a nice wand on fire on his unicorn, his black unicorn with its golden horn, but he's in reverse. King of Wands, this is not doing the work. This is absolutely, I feel it. I feel like the whole world stopped on a dime. I can see the full moon from here outside my... It's very yellow tonight though, but this is if you've got hit by this full moon energy and got stopped, so did I. And then I have the Nine of Cups here in reverse as well, which is again a stoppage, a withholding. It's not happening. I feel some of us can't work right now. A lot of readers have sore throats. And it's been going on since, not this past Monday, but last week, Monday. And it's a spiritual flu. It doesn't seem to be contagious. But it's still, unless you read cards. And then, but this is a total stop. And then even the truce energy. So you're not even moving ahead on your golden horned unicorn to fight. We're not doing that right now. And we're not moving towards our Nine of Cups is what we're not moving toward. And we're not even holding the truce that some of us, we're going to hold a truce and just walk away and let go of things. No, we're not even doing that. It's like we're still holding up the pressure against the wall to compete with somebody, to fight with somebody, to see those swords. They're in your back. They're pushing you into somebody else, really is how I see this card, to fight, and up against the wall kind of feeling. And it just feels like when that moon hit me, sometimes when the full moon hits, it's like, it feels like your legs get cut from underneath you. And this is exactly how I feel right now. But we got to do the work. We got to get on there, team. All right, I have upright cards here. In this line, I have the Emperor. This is for November 13th. This is my daily energy for November 3rd, daily reading as promised for my wish come true. I had 3 wishes come true. And I monetized, although I haven't seen that money yet, last week. So I had many wishes come true. So this is the daily reading for November 13th. It's just a general collective reading. What does Spirit want us to know? They want us to know that some of us got stopped in our effing tracks, and haven't been able to do anything since about 5:30 Tuesday morning when that full moon happened, and it seems like the world stopped. My office is even empty. There were like 5 people literally there today. It was insane. But this is okay. I'm surprised I didn't pull the Hangman. Let's see. I might have even checked. Okay. I have here the Emperor. All right. So instead of just working hard on something, we got stopped in our tracks and turned to build an empire. Of course, this could be Aries around us. I'm an Aries. But why not just pull on that Aryan energy and build an empire? Oh, man. Just sitting on your throne, hanging out with your sheep. It's pretty dope life right there. The Emperor supports others. The Emperor doesn't do anything for others. The King of Wands is very similar, but it's a path not taken that we're looking at in that first line with the King of Wands in reverse. No, we have moved on. We've given up acceptance of being a King of Wands. Why would we want to be a King of Wands when we could be an Emperor and build our own empires? And then over that, I have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is the Deceit card. But I've never really read it that way. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I feel this card, in which I feel now, is I'm picking up my swords and I'm going. I'm picking up my toys and I'm leaving. We're not friends anymore. We can't be friends anymore. It kind of has that feeling. It has that feeling of I'm removing what needs to be removed. I absolutely know what's the bullshit. And there it goes. Because I'm an Emperor now. So bullshit, I can take that. I have a sword to swing. I have a very big shield to wield. And then I have the Chariot card here next to the Queen of Pence. This is Spirit saying, you took a pause. Tomorrow you will be building an empire. And not just a kingdom of the King of Wands. Not just a pretty good kingdom. No, a fucking empire. And then, very quickly, could have Cancer around you. Some of you could be a Cancer. But in your heart and emotion, what is the Chariot card but a victory? It is a middle of the road victory. It's like winning a battle. When it's like winning the first battle. And you are fighting a war, sure, but this first battle is Queen of Pence, which is financial security above all. Does this mean money's coming in, Spirit? I sure hope so, because I'm definitely needing that money to come in. But more importantly, this is that first battle. A lot of the first lessons of the Fool to the Chariot is that first victory of monetary things, the Queen of Pence. It's like coming into the middle of the journey, and you've had victories. The Magician taught you how to control your mind and manifest, beginning with mind, putting your brain in the right spot. Then you have the Empress and the Emperor building things, which we actually have there. And then we have things like the Hierophant, the teacher, and then eventually we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is, you've conquered those messages, those lessons. You've been through them. You've been through the High Priestess even. So you've tapped into your own intuition and your own inner guides. And now this is that victory, and you're riding out, and holy crap, of course you would have the Queen of Pence right next to you, having overcome a lot of those 3D victories. This is an ascension set. More importantly, we're not going to have to worry about bills too much. Financial security above all, getting to work on some physical things. But we're not just getting to work on physical things. This is completion. We've come to the end of a lesson in the physical, in that first part of the Fool's journey. And here we are accepting that Queen of Pence victory, maternal security, that Taurus energy, in royally speaking. Queen of Pence could be an earth sign in your energy, but no, this is the collective message for us. This Taurus full moon was intense and chaotic, and my bones hurt. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're no longer building a kingdom. We are building empires, and we are building grand empires, because we are moving on from the journey, the physical journey, onto a very, very spiritual journey, the second half of the Fool's journey. Very exciting stuff, everyone, and congratulations. I feel like a lot of us are going to do some ascending I definitely have an ascension flu and headache coming on, and a busted car to boot. So, you guys, thank you for sharing your energy with me. These messages are beyond wonderful for us all, but I know we're in a little stagnant place, especially based on the first line of cards. Totally reading everybody's energy on that. But go ahead, please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you, book a personal reading, or email me at qclovers1111@gmail.com should you like to connect with me personally. And I hope everyone has a great November 13th. And I will be posting a Virgo love bonus reading on Wednesday. Have a good day, everyone.